The Volkswagen Taigun has been in the market for a year and it has gone on to script a solid success story as a product and as a brand. The solid build quality, comfortable driving dynamics, and the peppy 1.5-liter TSI engine are the highlights that make it such an enticing product. Having said that, a vehicle like this is best enjoyed on a nice long drive, and that is exactly what I had in mind when I picked up the Volkswagen Taigun and thought of traveling through various locations in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. My drive took me from Kochi to Kumarakom, where I enjoyed a day out on the backwaters, and then saying goodbye to Kerala, I made my way over to Kodaikanal, which is a beautiful hill station nestled in the Palni Hills. From there, I made my way down the Ghat onto a brilliant stretch of highway that finally took me to Puducherry, where I culminated my 1,000-kilometer trip that included a bit of sightseeing. Not only would I have a wonderful experience behind the wheel, I had every intention on soaking in all that these places have to offer. I kick-started my journey in Kochi, where I checked in at the Taj Malabar. This hotel sits on the edge of Wellington Island and offers you a panoramic view of Lake Vembanad. It is a beautiful property that had the traditional theme to its decor. For me, this was the ideal place to get into the groove of my holiday mood, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to set out from. After a good night's stay at the Taj, I set out towards Kumarakom to enjoy the scenic backwaters and indulge in an afternoon on a traditional Kerala houseboat. The drive from Kochi to Kumarakom is a short trip that takes about an hour and a half if you drive non-stop. The roads are narrow and there's a lot of traffic on the stretch. However, the compact dimensions of the Taigun proved to be a boon as I was able to navigate through the stretch with absolute ease. The weather was quite balmy and the air conditioning on board ensured that I was extremely comfortable as I made my way to the backwaters at Kumarakom. Kerala is littered with small eateries that offer you the chance to indulge in local cuisine. And since I had some time on my hands, as my boat ride was scheduled for later that afternoon, I stopped at a nice little restaurant along route to enjoy a traditional Kerala thali. Served on a banana leaf, the cuisine is mouth-wateringly delicious and worth every penny. After my pit stop for lunch, it was a short haul down to the Kumarakom jetty where I found a neat houseboat to board and set out for a cruise along the backwaters. A Kerala houseboat is built using a traditional and time-tested method of not using a single nail during the construction process. It is put together in a manner that lasts a lifetime, very much like what you would expect from a Volkswagen product too. After all, Volkswagen prides themselves for their amazing build quality, and it shows on the Taigun that has exceptional shut lines and a solid feel to it. Out on the backwater cruise, I could take the time to soak in the view and enjoy the slow pace at which the boat moves through the waterways. It is an experience worth having, and I strongly recommend it to anyone who visits. The next day, I had a long drive planned, for my destination was the foothills of Kodaikanal for a unique farm stay. Before I got there, I still had to deal with the drive through Kanjarapalli, up to Pambanar, across the Kumli border and into Tamil Nadu, and then onwards to Theni and finally reach the farm. The highlight of the drive being the open highway stretch from Theni that is lined with coconut trees and offers a spectacular view. Of course, the Taigun was in its element along the stretch, and despite the long drive, the comfortable seats that cocoon you to ensure that you arrive fresh no matter how long you have spent behind the wheel. Located right at the start of the Ghat is Rock Garden Farms. The property currently only has 4 rooms on offer and they're done up quite nicely. The cottage that I got was at the far end of the property and required me to take the Taigun along a neat dirt track that leads right up to the cottage. Despite being at the foothills, the weather was great and it was the perfect place to put up my legs and relax after a long day of driving. The following morning, I set out for Kodaikanal. This hill station is located in the Palni Hills in Tamil Nadu. Once on the Kodai Ghat, it was time to truly indulge in the potent 1.5-liter TSI motor that powers the Taigun. I have always said that a ghat is the best place to understand a vehicle's characteristics, for the challenging drive requires a powerful engine and great drive dynamics, as you have to deal with uncountable number of turns as you make your way up the ghat. With 150 bhp on tap and the finely tuned suspension of the Taigun at my disposal, I made it up the ghat in record time, and it was a blast powering this potent machine up to Kodaikanal. The other outstanding feature of the Taigun is just how great the steering feels. On the mountainside, as I made my way up the ghat, the steering was nice and light, and the response is spot on. Upon arriving in Kodai, as this hill station is fondly called, I made my way over to the Villa Retreat. This quaint hotel offers 14 rooms and has one of the most breathtaking views from their lawn. You can see all the way off the mountain from there, and in all honesty, this is literally the best place in Kodai to grab a cup of coffee and take a break. The staff at Villa Retreat are very friendly, and they make sure that your stay is extremely comfortable and you're well provided for. The town of Kodaikanal is built around a large man-made lake that is also the star attraction here. A visit to the lake is a must, and in my case, I chose to drive around the lake in the Taigun. The star-shaped lake has a 5-kilometer road that skirts it and lets you enjoy the mesmerizing view. To my benefit, I got a typical Kodai day with the fog rolling in, and that added to the experience for sure. After a brief drive around Kodai, I made my way to Gramercy House. This property is a beautiful standalone house that is run by Lux Unlock as a premium homestay. The stunning property wins you over with its granite and wood construction. Once you enter, the house literally takes your breath away with the wooden flooring, high roof, exquisite furniture, and massive wooden loft. If you're looking for an opulent getaway, it is worth checking in here. For an added extra, the red theme of the house matched my red Taigun rather well. The following day, I bid goodbye to Kodaikanal and made my way down the Ghat Road and onto the Grand Trunk Highway that leads towards Chennai. My destination was Pondicherry, and it was also going to be my last stop on this trip of mine. The 400-kilometer drive is a stunning stretch of road that really lets you enjoy the silky smooth TSI engine that does duty under the hood of the Taigun. I was notching on the kilometers with ease and cruising along in 6th gear. With active cylinder deactivation, where the motor automatically switches to 2-cylinder mode, I was able to get a healthy 18 km per liter from the Taigun on this stretch without breaking a sweat. Talk about efficiency. Once in Pondicherry, I drove around the town and admired the French influence on this place. The narrow roads are lined with beautiful buildings that are definitely worth checking out. I also made my way over to the promenade and took a stroll along the beachfront. After all, this is one of the most scenic locations in Pondicherry, and while vehicles aren't allowed here, it still had to be a part of my checklist. The promenade is lined with small hotels and shops if you wish to stay there and indulge in some shopping. However, I had a different plan in mind and chose to make my way over to the Mango Hill Resort located near Auroville. The Mango Hill Resort is tucked away on a sleepy road that leads to Auroville. It is a quaint hotel that has a nice large swimming pool and a unique construction to the rooms, which are essentially wooden huts done up with modern amenities. The relaxed atmosphere, beautiful walkways, and overall ambience made it the perfect place to end my run of the South. Of course, having the Volkswagen Taigun for company was an added bonus, for the SUV performed effortlessly on this 1,000-kilometer plus journey that saw me make my way through the East Coast in Kerala, all the way across to the West Coast, while traversing through small towns, broken roads, ghats, mountain roads, and scenic highways. The Taigun proved to be extremely efficient on certain highway stretches, and I managed to average close to 18 kilometers per liter on those stretches. Overall, the Taigun delivered a solid 15.6 kilometers per liter, which goes back to the beautiful engine that powers this stunning machine. If you are looking for a great SUV that can deal with various driving conditions that India has to offer, then the Taigun undoubtedly fits the bill. It is a proven machine that is comfortable, looks great, and is an absolute joy to drive. The icing on the cake is that it is just so right for a market like India.